Hi, this is Tony. And remember, my name is Carrie. That's my first name, but I go by Tony. My middle name is Antoinette. And so, just not to confuse things, but no one calls me Carrie. I've been called Carrie in over 20 years. Everyone calls me Tony. But court records are going to refer to me as Carrie. This is part 7. I actually started videotaping part 7 earlier. Then I stopped and I went back to review some stuff. So, I'm going to again ask you to follow along. That I do realize that I'm giving you a lot of information. Um, and I'm trying to communicate to you one of the reasons why it's so hard for us to get justice is the mental anguish and the mental side effects of dealing with stress, fear, and anxiety associated with being maligned and injustice. Okay. Coupled with that, I have a concussion. Again, I originally went in the file for spousal support because I had a concussion and I had to get spousal support. My husband was supposed to pay me $4,000 when he first left. I never asked for money from him. Okay, I had to. Again, if you don't know, if you haven't looked at other videos, I'm homeless because 4 sheriff deputies broke in my house at 8:30 at night on September the 23rd and threatened to arrest me if I didn't leave my home. I'm going back. When you finish start watching the video, I'm inserting this in the beginning because I think it's important that I say this to you. I am going to share my total story with you. This is when it gets really bad, when it starts going downhill and they start doing really horrible things to me. To think about it again, it hurts my heart. So instead of I'm getting my thoughts together because it hurts, I kind of wing it. And because I'm winging it, I don't think I'm as cohesive as I could be. And I don't think that I'm communicating as effectively as I can. I'm also observing that in my discussion and commentary, I speak fast anyway. I'm a New Yorker and I've always talked fast, but I'm anxious and I'm speaking fast. And I realize that. This is not for entertainment value. This is to educate you. 3 racist judges malign me because I'm a black woman. No other reason than I'm black. When I finally get to everything, you're going to see I didn't do anything. I filed for spousal support during the divorce, and Judge Sarah Heidel she didn't order spousal support as she would have as a white woman. As each court case went on, she continued to malign me, and I suspect when you listen to me talk, I'm delayed and I'm slow. So she thought I was a dumb black girl. And I'm not a dumb black girl. I'm far from a dumb black girl. I was in an abusive relationship for 20 years. I'm an emotionally scarred black woman. But I do have the ability to rationalize and recognize wrongdoing and how things should change. So, black people, I really need you to stay with me on this. I'm coming back because I want to share something with you that I think is very important. Again, Judge Sarah Heidel was the first judge. She was a judge for she had been a judge. I think she was made a judge like May or March of 2018. I first went before her in January 2019. This woman wasn't a judge for a year when she started maligning me. And I'm saying this to you, black people. I'm telling you, this is how comfortable they are with maligning us. And I know it's hard and I know it hurts. But what I'm trying to tell you, I need you to show up for me. I am doing this for black people. And I recognize this is going to be my life. Because I know that they're going to fight me on this. On the court date, on the trial date, my husband says, you want to fight against the government, go ahead. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let them screw me over, go on my life, and know that they're doing this to black people who are weaker, less strong than me? A black person who might go and commit suicide because they're under stress or anxiety or fear? Yeah, I'm on a tangent about that because I'm appalled by it, you guys. I do know recent events we've seen them kill black people. George Floyd floored me. George Floyd shook everybody. But that's what they do to us. This is most important because these are judges. Judges have immunity. Judges have the ability to have so much power. And if you watch Reignite Sandy Speaks, my purpose is to change the laws, okay? So I am talking to the black person who thinks this is fucked up and we can't do anything about it. I'm talking to the black person who thinks it's hard for black people. They're going to malign black people. The cards are stacked against us. This is why they do this. We were slaves. We couldn't vote. They beat us. They gave us shitty jobs. They gave us poor education. Things are not better. A little bit. They're improved. They're not as good as they should be. But what I need you to understand is that we've come this far because people gave their life for us. If you are a black person and you don't feel like you have ownership or accountability for us, I need you to rethink this, okay? This is hurtful for me. This is hard for me. And I know that it's hard for you to watch me. But you have to push through, okay? I went back, and I'm coming back because I want to tell you. So there were 3 racist judges. Judge Sarah Heidel, she maligned me, okay? And as it went on, and we had cases, I had to read from a script because of my concussion. But what she recognized is I have the ability to interpret the law and articulate the law. I was married to a wealthy white guy for 20 years. He wasn't married to me just because. He was married to me because I was a smart black woman and I helped him and I was in his corner. Whenever he had a problem, had any issue, and to his girlfriend lawyer, I know he calls you now every 15 minutes and asks you questions. I know you coach him on everything to do. That's why I'm going to hold you accountable for this as well. I helped him. He was an alcoholic our whole life. And so my husband's an alcoholic. Like, I don't even should call him my husband anymore. I'm so disgusted by him because he uses my blackness against me. I'm disgusted by him, and I'm embarrassed by him. So going back again, I had 3 judges. Judge Sarah Heidel first maligned me. She passed me to her boss, Judge Lawrence Griff. Again, this is the assistant head judge of the family court. I am going to get to everything that they do to me. It's just very important to me that I get you to pay attention, and I want to share something with you. Bruce Awasaki, I don't know how it goes, but somehow they were shifting me to different courts and different judges, okay? The trial date, which I shouldn't have a trial, I went in the trial under duress, okay? They bullied me into the trial, and they wouldn't even let me speak. I told you previously that Judge John Slauson was the only judge in my case that actually held the case like judiciously. He let me speak. He asked me questions. He let me question the opposing. Judge Bruce Awasaki would not let me talk. To the black bailiff in the court, I think your last name was Black. It was a black woman who was the bailiff. Sister, you saw what they did to me. You saw how they talked to me. I even looked at this bailiff and I said, why won't they let me speak? Okay? And the reason why this is important, this man's name is Bruce Awasaki. I'm going to show you him. This is him right here. This is a Japanese judge. This judge was, he worked for the ACLU. He did both for pro bono work. His daughter now, I believe it's his daughter, I think her name is Naomi. She does some kind of planning. When I go and I research her, she does stuff, I think, for the city. His wife, I think her name is Yvette Yashima, just a minute. Okay, so Judge Bruce Awasaki's wife's name is Evelyn Yashimura. And I'm pointing this out to you because she works in the Japanese American Museum. She works in Little Tokyo Service Center. Okay, so why I'm explaining this to you, this is who she is, Evelyn Yashimura. Bruce Awasaki is a civil servant. He's a judge. He's being paid by taxpayers' money. This is a Japanese man who has Japanese children, a Japanese wife. his income allows his family to participate in supporting Japanese people. Okay, I would venture to say that Bruce Awasaki's income rivals my husband's income. He might make $20,000-$30,000 more than my husband. But the point that I'm making is that his wife lives a lifestyle where she's able to support and foster Japanese culture, instill pride, integrity in Japanese people. Okay? And as I said to you again, shit got really deep with me and my husband when I developed a business to help women. It wasn't a specific race. If you go back and look at one of my videos, my logo's on there. It's 3 girls, Ebony, Brittany, and Miko. I started a business for women in their mental health because I was in an abusive relationship. Okay? I am focusing on this because they bullied me into a trial. Bruce Awasaki, they gave him my case because of his background. Okay? And what he could have done, he could have made me whole. Everything they had done, they had screwed me. I didn't get a fair trial. He didn't allow me to submit my income, my debt. I have debt associated with the marriage because my husband would not pay bills. I was forced to put our bills the last couple of years on credit cards. During the trial, my husband submitted a credit card, a fraudulent credit card that he got after the divorce. And to the bailiff, Black, you saw this, you heard this. I asked my husband about this credit card. I said, tell me what is marital charges on his credit card. You guys, he was like a deer in headlights. He didn't answer. Only people who was in court was the bailiff, the judge, his clerk, a white male, a court reporter, and as of now, all my transcripts have been falsified and have been compromised. And the bailiff, I believe her last name was Black. Everybody in the room know this man is sitting here lying. My son was there the first day. Okay. Another thing, one of the questions I asked my husband on trial was his lawyer, his girlfriend. Did he tell me his lawyer was his girlfriend? His lawyer objected. I think it's sustained. The judge ruled in her favor. I'm going to give you part of this. In terms of what they did to me legally, once I take it to another judge, another trial, another court, I'm confident that I'm going to demonstrate what they did was racist. What you do is you call it an error, or they made mistakes. Okay? Black people, I need you to pay attention because you are beefing with the police. You are beefing with all these organizations. You beefing about Donald Trump. You beefing about shit that ain't doing us no good, that's not helping us. The reason this happens is because the judges and the way that the law is written, they have immunity for a lot of stuff. Okay? Now remember I told you shit's hard and it's tough. I told this man when he was maligning me, this is my purpose, man. You're not going to sit here and malign me. Let me tell you what this son of a bitch did. He ordered, and after my court, what they did was they ate up all my money. Okay? They ate up like $200,000 of my money. What they try to do is say, nigga, stay in your place. But let me tell you something, Judge Sarah Heidel, Judge Lawrence Riff, and despicable Bruce Awasaki, money does not make me. Black people in the ghetto, they're suffering. They put a lot of value on things, designer goods, and money because they don't have. They're all about, I'm about the money. If it's not money, I don't care about that. That's because we've been deprived. 3 racist judges. My husband didn't tell you who I am. I don't give a fuck about the money. I love black people. I love black people like God loved the church. You malign me, and if it takes till I die that the world know y'all did this to me, I'm not gonna stop. I was married to this white racist abusive alcoholic for 20-something years. And I call him a racist because he's a white supremacist. He's using my blackness against me. He filed in a Pomona court because he knew it was a racist court. He knew this judge was racist. I suspect he knew him. Judge Sarah Heidel works in Pasadena, lives in Pasadena, and my husband works for a company that is in that area. And he went to a lot of like it's government functions. He has ties to the family court. And I'm talking about this Bruce Awasaki because they gave it to him because of his background. And Judge Awasaki, you could have made me whole. You could have took whatever it was, the FO 145. Y'all didn't even let me submit my declaration of disclosure. On one of the transcripts, I say I have this. When I said I had the declaration of disclosure, you guys, this is where you tell what you have, your assets, what your debt. Judge Lawrence Riff put me out the courtroom. Clerk Cody. I said to you when I walked out, I'm doing this for us, Clerk Cody. You know what it says on the transcripts? I walked out and said, I'm doing this for black women, Clerk Cody. Judge Lawrence Riff's clerk is a black woman. Her name is Clerk Cody. I have audio and video of me trying to call her and tell her stuff, and she keeps hanging up on me and not listening. I'm going to put that on here, okay? Judge Awasaki, you could have went back and looked at everything when I first submitted my first disclosure, and you could have made me whole, and you could have been even. Do you know, you guys, this Judge Awasaki deemed me as an abuser, so he didn't have to pay me adequate spousal support? I am saying this to you black people because this is how much they hate us. His daughter's name is Evelyn. His wife's name is Evelyn Yoshimura. It's Yoshimura. His daughter's name is Naomi Awasaki. And she's married to a guy named Casey, I think, Eisenman. Okay? And I'm saying this to you because this judge, family, gets to prosper. His daughter does something in the city planning. And I looked at her LinkedIn and she does something associated with the city. And black people, I'm saying this to you because this is how they maintain social and economic power. I lived in the Asian area. Both my kids very much associated with Asian culture. My daughter claimed to be Japanese for a very long time. She won't kill me for saying this. I live in a city where we're near the Buddhist temple. My kids, and specifically my daughter, was really ingrained in Asian culture. Our best friend was Taiwanese, and Japanese people. This is not against Japanese people because I want you guys to know Japanese people are very ethical. Pride, dignity, and honor is very important to Japanese people. When this man did all this stuff he did to me, Bruce Awasaki, it hurt my heart so deeply. Because as a Japanese man working with white men, I know how they made you feel. I was married to a white man. My white husband would come home and tell me all the atrocities of the black women. There's black women he worked with and black women who worked with my husband. You know who you are. One of you girls, I think you were having an affair with him and you left. And you asked him for a letter of recommendation. He wouldn't give it to you. He would tell me about the black women he worked with. My husband worked in mental health. I think it's called either probation or foster children. They both worked. He worked with the family court. And he'd come home and tell me how human resources, how people would attack black women. He actually worked with the professor from what is it? Monique's show. His sister. We went to her wedding, and he told me how. I think she no longer works for the company. Okay, guys, I'm adding this part because I'm looking at the video and I'm editing it. And I want to laugh, but I just go on my tangent. Remember, I got a concussion. So I have a problem with train of thought, and I do tend to ramble. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I'm making this part because I want to I'm going to cut some part of it out and enter this in because it's important. I went on a tangent about what the judge Bruce Awasaki did. The second day we had a trial right before COVID, before the stay-at-home order, and they bullied me into a trial. I had other court dates on the docket for attorney fees. Remember, I kept trying to get attorney fees, and they bullied me into a trial. When I went to the trial, they wouldn't let me speak. My son came with me the first day. The second day, I had an anxiety attack. I had this man, the stuff they kept doing to me. I had like a full-on anxiety attack. I had to go. I grabbed everything and I just left. And I said, "You guys are doing this to me. I'm going to file an appeal." Let me tell you what Judge Awasaki did. Now, I don't even think, see, all the stuff they did to me in the court and everything they did was illegal. Every single thing they did to me was illegal. Not one thing went in line with the California family court rules. And this is why this is so important, you guys. If they did some stuff in his favor and it was unfair, obviously it was like unfair, you know, I take what I'm supposed to get and keep moving. But they maligned me, okay? Literally. I'm going to tell you the story in this particular video. I'm going to try to get to it. What ends up happening is I try to have her removed with a motion. As I tell you the story, I'm going to show you how they evaded me removing her. I filed what's called a 170.2 motion to have Judge Sarah Heidel disqualified for misconduct and racial bias. They maligned me and they retaliated. During the court hearing, they bullied me into the court hearing. Okay? I have other remedy that I can do now. Still the law. This is why, you guys, America's a great country. And there are laws in place to protect you. As a people, we need to understand the law, learn the law. Where the law is not in our favor, we need to have those laws changed. Okay? What he did was, I got anxiety, I had to leave. I've been in an abusive relationship for 20 years. It's a lot of things with my medical issues. I had an anxiety attack. I panicked. My heart was racing. I felt like I was throw up. I had to leave. So I left. He should have just postponed the hearing. Actually, the first day, his attorney said she couldn't come the next day because she had a conference. He made her come anyway. Because what they were trying to do, they kept trying to get rid of my divorce. Still today, they're still trying to get rid of my divorce. They put me at my house so they can try to sell my house. They have sheriff deputies come illegally put me at my house, so they try to sell my house. They're trying to get rid of this and put this under the rug, but they don't know. I ain't going nowhere. Okay? They don't know that she's about to be here. This is about justice for me. This is about love, how I love black people. Anyway, this is the point that I want to say. Let me tell you what he did. He, when I was leaving, he said, set aside $10,000 out of the assets, out of my money, for future attorney fees for my husband. I know that's illegal. I'm getting anxiety thinking about that. I know common sense says a judge can't order something based on what might happen. Y'all, they ate up over $200,000 of my money. Didn't order me. What they ordered for alimony is a joke. What they ordered for alimony, a person making $50,000 a year would have paid. Okay? They made me pay all his fees. They made me pay his credit cards. They made me pay for health insurance that he paid for my daughter. Okay? I'm going ahead of myself, but this is why I'm angry and I'm hurt. Judge Bruce Awasaki, currently there's I have an appeal. I have other legal remedies that I can do, but I have no income. I'm homeless. This is what they're trying to do to prevent me from getting justice. This is why I have a GoFundMe. I have a GoFundMe, and y'all, if you can give more, give more. But I'm asking for $1 because I'm trying to make a point. They do this because they don't think black people have racial pride, cohesion, integrity. They don't think we love each other enough to fight for each other. The previous video I told you about the Kyle Rittenhouse, how the Ricky Schroeder and the pillow guy gave $2 million to support a man who was protesters who were fighting for black people. I gotta calm down because I'm angry and I really need to communicate everything to you guys intelligently and with cohesion. I struggle. That was one of the reasons why I needed an attorney. When I first went to her court, I couldn't talk. She would say shit and I still didn't know what she was saying. Still today, I can have a conversation with you and I would forget everything you said because I have a concussion. I went and filed for spousal support because I had a concussion. Concussions heal because when you sleep and you get better. I haven't slept. I'm on my 3rd subscription of Ambien because I don't sleep. And you know what? I do want you to have some empathy for me, some remorse, but yo, I'm a motherfucking trooper. Forgive my language, okay? I'm a trooper. It's a whole lot of people not stronger than me. It's going to come out who I am in my other social media. I'm the chick you call when you're hurting. I'm the one you call when your husband beats you. I'm the one to call you when you're beefing with your mother and your boyfriend. And this man always, hey, why you talking to? Why you always? They wouldn't do it for you. Because God gave me the discernment to know. This is my purpose. Yeah, he in the court, my divorce. He took $10,000 of my money, set it aside for future litigation. The $5,000 they awarded me, they awarded it back to him. A lot of stuff he did, I didn't even read it because I couldn't read it. It hurt. You know how I knew they made me pay his attorney fees? My husband told me. He laughed about it. This man I was married to, and you guys, if you went to divorce is like, you heard, you have a, bro, I didn't even have time to mourn my divorce. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I was over my husband probably a couple of years before we separated. Just like this is my purpose to free black people from bondage. And I feel kind of sad if I had another purpose. I was doing something different. I threw myself in my work, in my business. I have a girls group with 850 girls in my group. When he was acting the fool, cheating on me, having affairs with his co-worker, not sleeping with his lawyer, I was like, yo, let me back up. I started doing me. Okay? I told you what made him file for the divorce when he kept going to these conferences. And you know, sometimes I'm like, you're going a little too far with your cheating, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna stop here. I'm editing the video because I'm like, yo, you keep going. I know you like, girl, you just be talking. Yeah, it's part of my personality. So stick with me, y'all, okay? Please, I'm begging you. I know I'm silly, but I have purpose, and my biggest thing that I'm saying to you guys, I need y'all to be with me, okay? Please, I'm begging you. And I'm harboring on that because I was married to a white man who worked with minority people and black people. They think negatively about us. And the purpose of me saying this to you, because I am trying to, the word's not coming. I'm trying to show credibility. Because all the information I'm giving you, I catch my husband lie all the time. Because the truth don't change. When someone doesn't give you details, and they'll give you a lot of information, that's because they're lying. Because with a lie, the details don't match. I'm telling you all of this because everything I'm saying to you is the truth. I haven't told you one lie. I was married for 23 years to a wealthy white man who earned $170,000 to $180,000 the day of our separation. There's no reason why I'm supposed to be homeless. There's no reason why I'm supposed to be out of my home. The judge should have looked at everything and just been amicable. They are showing you, just like they shot Jacob in the back. They put their foot on George Floyd's neck. 3 sheriffs went and harassed Elijah McClain. They went and harassed that little boy for no reason. Black people, this is how much they hate us. And you're going to get emotional. You're going to get angry. Like I told you, I rock with the FOI. It's the Fruit of Islam. Everything they do, I don't agree with. But I like the Fruit of Islam because they are for the advancement of black people. And their philosophy is to separate. And I'm different. I'm not that person. I understand why when black, white people have raped, murdered, maligned us for no other reason than that we're black, it is human and normal to avoid that. But I serve a good God, and God gave me discernment to know the difference. Every white person is not evil, savage, barbaric. The way they see me, let me tell you something. I go in the store, white women would assume something. I speak, then they open their eyes and they look at me. Then they see me. They see my bag, my jewelry. I told my husband that one time, and he was like, well, isn't that good? Isn't that a great thing? What he was insinuating is I'm a good nigga. I'm one of the better niggas. No mother effer. I'm black, just like the ones in South Central, Harlem, Inglewood, Cabrini Green. I'm a black woman to the day I die. If I make $1 million, I'm a black woman. Understand? So yeah, I wanted to do this introduction to tell you about this Bruce Awasaki. He, after everything that happened, this man could have made me whole. He could have right every shit they did wrong to me. He could have made me whole, but he further maligned me. When I would speak, he said, don't talk to me. You know, I'm going to give you all an example. I'm going to go back to the story, but I'm going to tell you what it reminded me of. Because Black Panther, the first time I watched it, I didn't get it. This brother I talked to and told me about it, so I went back a second time and watched it. Actually, I watched it 3 times because when brother died, I watched it. On Black Panther, remember when Black Panther, they thought he died? And then he went to talk to the other tribe. And then when the white guy was about to speak, he shut him up and stopped him from talking. You remember that? That's how this judge treated me. When I saw that episode, that part, my heart like, that's how this judge, Bruce Awasaki, treated me. He's getting taxpayers' dollars while his wife, Evelyn Yashirima, I'm so bad. His wife is working, what does it say? Little Tokyo. His daughter Naomi is working with the city, benefiting from having a judge as a father. And black people, what we doing? I got to GoFundMe asking for $1. You see this video, brother. Listen, give me $1. Go find my GoFundMe. Give me $1. And bro, you got to know. I don't want your dollar for no other reason. My name is Tony Gibson, and I'm going to make change. I'm in a hotel room. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. I'm going to put a picture up here. Every year I cook a Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving was his man's favorite holiday. I cooked him a spread every year like this. Like, see this? I'm in a hotel and I'm homeless. I'm on food stamps because I'm a black woman and 3 racist judges. Judge Sarah Heidel, Grand Dragon Lawrence Riff, and the despicable, the oppressed who becomes the oppressor, Bruce Awasaki. Bruce, I couldn't even say your name. And just let you know the order you made, A lawyer told me what was on it. I don't even have the heart to read through everything you did. My husband told me you made me pay his spouse his attorney fees. My husband called me and laughed. Oh, you gotta pay his attorney fees. The day of the trial, his lawyer came to me and gave me this paper called 271, I think, asking me to pay my husband's um, lawyer attorney fees. First of all, I'm gonna tell you everything they do, and I haven't got to it. But people, if you want to know the story, please message me and I'll email you everything. When you see what the shit they did to me, you're not gonna believe it. Your critical mind, devil's advocate, is gonna say, "What did she do? She must have did something." I ain't do shit. I was in an abusive marriage for 20-something years. My husband was an alcoholic. I was raised by alcoholics. This is why I understood and I dealt with it. When you drink every day, when you drink all the time, it starts eating up your brain. He started working for an agency. He left. What happened was my husband worked for one agency, and he made a good living. I think he made about 130. The sister company stole him. And I think he was having an affair with the freaking boss. Like the sister company, I saw emails where the boss was telling him how she enjoyed being his partner in his personal email, everything about him. I think her boss knew what was happening. Okay? Then he later told me she was getting a divorce. She brought him liquor back from Tennessee with his name on it. She don't play golf. They went to a conference. She played golf with my husband. And let me tell y'all something. Hey, don't cry for me about this man cheating on me, because I told you the sex was... I had a fling with a dude, and he said 20 years of bad sex is like a prison sentence. Yes, I was in a prison sentence for 20 years. Sex with this man was laughable. But that tell you how much I loved him, because I didn't care. The sex was horrible. Man couldn't find a place. I told you that before. So the point that I'm making, when I tell you about him cheating on me, don't feel sorry for me. Because I detached from him probably like 2015. I wasn't even feeling him like that. I started my business. I was trying to build my business. Okay? So yeah, let me get to where it's at. I'm gonna inject this into this video. And as of now, you guys, I apologize profusely. Woo! This video gonna be 45 minutes long already, and I hadn't even got to all the good stuff yet. Just pay attention. Stay with me, okay? Please. If you gotta look at these videos in piecemeal, like a Netflix video, do it. After this little piece of information, I'm going to try to stay fast and show you everything, okay, you guys? I'm going to try to be really focused and just explain everything that happened to the best of my ability. Please stay with me. I beg you, please stay with me. Please. Okay, you guys, this is part 7. And I'm just going to do a little bit of introduction, because I'm wearing out. I'm getting tired. And again, I'm going to apologize. If you stick with me, I promise I'm going to do better by staying focused and just disseminating the information, laser focused. Okay, so I learned that she filed a motion to compel. I learned that after Judge Sarah Heidel ruled against me on a reconsideration of spousal support. At this time, still today, I'm on food stamps, you guys. I was married to a white guy for over 20 years who makes between $170,000 and $180,000. On the previous video, I told you that he worked in human services, so he has dealings with the family court. I showed you, you guys know Michaela Pereira. She's a newscaster, a news person who was, I think she's on KTLA in Los Angeles years ago. She went to CNN. She actually had her own show. And now she's back in LA, and she's on Good Day LA. I actually emailed her months ago when this happened to get help, to ask her to help me. I've asked her on Twitter to help me. Michaela was a biracial woman who was adopted by white Canadians. So she also works in the family court. She is a philanthropist for foster children. And My husband works in that industry. Okay? Remember, I told you that I thought that his attorney, when he told me his attorney was his girlfriend, I thought he was lying. Then I looked on her LinkedIn. She also worked with kids at risk. Well, it's like, I want to say it properly because it's human services. So they work with like foster kids, juvenile delinquents. This is why this is important. This racist judge, Sarah Heidel, Judge Lawrence Riff, and Judge Bruce Awasaki, they are family court judges. If your little black kid gets in trouble, gets caught smoking pot or shoplifting, these are the judges that will listen to him. These are the judges that will determine what happens to him. And I get on my tangent, but we're suffering, black people. Y'all keep talking about the police. The police are comfortable doing this to us because they know that when they go before these judges, the judges. I keep saying I need to say this. I want to be clear. I am doing this because I'm showing you how the law, when something happens, and then we go to court, like Trayvon Martin, the five kids from the what's it called, Central Park 5. 5 young minority boys were maligned for a rape they didn't do. I am taking this time. I am doing this to show you how they malign black people. Okay, so it's about May, June. I learned that this sleazy attorney filed the motion to compel without prematurely. I'm gonna tell you about attorneys, okay? This is why it makes it hard, okay? It's just complicated. If you're watching this video and like you up against the world, I told you one guy called me. I get calls from people because of Judge Sarah Heidel. They Google Judge Sarah Heidel and they find my website and they find me. This one young man, she took his son. She took custody from his son. She took his son from custody. She took the custody away from a black school teacher. He said she took custody for no reason. I said, what did she say? Why? She said, because you don't want to pay child support. I told you this black man, y'all, he shook. He got 2 black kids with a non-black woman. And what he said to me, I don't want to go back to that court. That court is the dragon. It's like you're going up against a dragon. And you guys, this is going to be hard. I'm suffering. And y'all, I'm going to let y'all know I'm mad because I just want to live my life. Why can't you just give me half of everything, give me my spousal support, and let me live my life? Okay? And I'm going to be honest, like, I don't want to go through this. But then I'm like, when I keep seeing her face being mean to me. God said, if anybody can do it, this is you. If anybody can go through this and help free black people from bondage, I'm a fashion girl, y'all. I like fashion and style. I was helping women through my company. What I do is called fashion therapy. That was my purpose. Then I keep seeing this lady look at me nasty. And I'm like, why is she being nasty to me? God said, because you need to expose these racists. And they keep whipping me. They got their foot on my neck. I can't breathe. But like I told you in the previous video, please hold my hand. Y'all don't know me. The guy I'm married to, he knows me. I'm like a dog with a bone if I have an agenda. And if there's no more important agenda than freeing black people from bondage. So I'm gonna put 5 minutes on this video already. Okay, so real quickly, I'm just gonna go do briefly because I gotta take a break from this. Okay, and I have a lot more I have to say. I'm gonna try my best to get through this. It's November the 25th. I'm gonna try my best to get through this by next week, okay, before in the next 7 days. I'm gonna try to go through everything. I gotta tell you everything they did to me. So what ends up happening, we have a court date for June 21st. The judge moved my court date without me acknowledging, without me agreeing to. She moved my June 14th date for reconsideration to June 21st. Unfortunately, I have to share my conversation with you about my attorney. What happens between me and my attorney is confidential. Because I'm being violated, I have to tell you what occurred. So I like, you know what, you guys, the guy who's my attorney wasn't a cool ass Indian dude who was previously a engineer. And you guys, if you know me, I bond with you. I'm a Cancer and I'm an Aries rising, so I'm very social. And I will be all in your business. I'll be talking to you. We'll be friends. So it's him and this dope white chick. I forgot her name, but she's like this white feminist chick. So I'm thinking, I got this. I'm like, God is good. I got this good attorney. Everything's gonna work out, right? When she ruled against me on the reconsideration of spousal support, when we both agreed, see, the attorney know that what she did was wrong. But this is how judges benefit. This is how judges malign us. Attorneys are not going to stand up against the judge. Is my attorney going to fight for me against this racist judge and put his other clients in jeopardy? I'm telling y'all, black people, we got to stick together because ain't nobody standing up for us but us. Okay? All right? Even black people look like us. The house nigga, the anti-black person, the coon. And I got mixed emotions about the anti-black person or the house nigga. Because the house nigga don't have my strength. Remember how the guy got beat and kept getting beat? The film nigga? Because some of us, y'all watch Ruth Kuta Kinte. My name is Kuta Kinte. I'm that chick. The house nigga scared. He the scared house nigga. He really believed that he inferior to the white man. The house nigga don't think that we have pride, integrity, the ability to be cohesive. The house nigga don't like himself. The house nigga saying, I'm going to be a good nigga so I can eat in the house. And you guys, to me, that's cannibalism. That is treason. But I told y'all, being married to this guy, my husband was a therapist. He took his exam 3 times and I helped him study. I learned about the psychology of people. I don't take things personal. You want to get mad at the house nigga? I'm despicable. That's despicable. But when you look at it and you think about it, they ain't got our strength, black people. The black people that stand up, the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X, even the 2 white kids that crazy Kyle Rittenhouse shot. There's noble people of integrity, heroes, good people. The house nigga is a scared nigga. The house nigga don't have the strength, the intellect, or self-esteem. Okay? So when we look at the house nigga, we gotta expose them. But y'all, I'm a good person. And house niggas help this woman malign me. But see, I know they want to keep their job. She ain't give me spousal support. They sanctioned me. I don't think they done sanctioned me about $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 for nothing. Okay? See, the house nigga scared for this to happen to them. But I'm not the house nigga. I'm the field nigga. Yo, y'all might looking like, you look like the house nigga to me. No, sis. Some chick made a message about who she thought I was. No, I've been a soul sister my whole life. This white boy, I fell in love with him because I felt sorry for him. He was good to me. He would do good. I'm being honest about my husband. I now know that I think my husband's bipolar and he's a sociopath. He's an alcoholic. Okay? Bottom line, he's an alcoholic. He did some shitty things to me throughout my marriage. but we had good times. I'm not physically, not being mean to listen to white people, please don't take it a bit personal. I'm not attracted to white men like that. This was a fluke. I met somebody who I really thought was my soulmate, and life happened. Okay? And I'm saying that because you might associate who I am with being a house nigga because I married a white boy. But you don't know who I am. Every time I would introduce, like I would get a job or whatever, and meet people, they would always, especially white people, they would look for my husband. Like at a Christmas party or whatever, they would be looking for they looking for a 6'5" black dude. You know, you see what I am, right? He'd be walking behind me, they'd be like, "Where's your husband at?" I'd be like, "He right here." Let's show a little fat white dude. They'd be like, "What?" Yeah, we was that couple. Okay? So this is me discussing the house nigga real quickly. Okay, so this is part 7 of I married a white guy, not 3 racist judges are trying to annihilate me. And so I'm saying to you, so I'm talking about, so where I'm at now, we're supposed to have a June 21st court hearing. What I have to discuss is, see, I'm hesitant because I got to tell you about my conversation with my attorney, and that's privilege. My attorney, he doesn't know what to do because he knows she's racist. Okay? We talk about having her removed. He tells me about a motion to disqualify. I think it's called a preemptive challenge. I might not be saying it right. It's a motion to disqualify. It's not recuse. It's a motion to disqualify for racial bias and misconduct. Okay? So what ends up happening, he gives me my $5,000 back. He gives me part of the money back. Less the transcript because he ordered transcripts. He gives me part of my $5,000 back around June 19th, I think, 2019. We have a court date on June 21st for the motion to compel. And remember, she moved my court date for the motion to reconsider vocational evaluation. I haven't been able to talk to Charles since May 3rd. May 3rd is when they maligned me. It's about the mid-time in June. And you guys, I'm not tripping too hard about it. Because in my mind in the beginning, I'm not tripping because I don't know what they would. Honestly, I'm not believing that this lady, all the things they do to me, I couldn't fathom that they would do all these things to me. I didn't know what was in store for me. Okay. So because me and my attorney recognized that I wasn't going to get a fair trial, he told me how to file a motion to disqualify Judge Sarah Heidel, right? I don't know what it's called when he leaves, it's called substitute of attorney, I think. So because what ends up happening is I don't get to talk to him. I end up talking to him. Charles was trying to schedule an appointment for me to talk to him, okay? I actually have the email where I emailed him about the motion to compel. The interrogatories. I really don't know anything about the interrogatories. She never sent them to me, okay? I emailed Simon, and yes, Simon, I have all the emails. This racist, this racist. I told you, I'm gonna tell y'all, my husband ends up, they hack my email, y'all. Okay? And I always knew because things that occurred, I kept missing conversation between me and her where she would lie and she would do stuff, it would be automatically missing. But something told me to download, okay? I downloaded a lot of the emails and I saved them on a disk, okay? So most of my evidence, they came in and had these police sheriffs put me out of my house illegally because they thought they were going to get the evidence. Something told me a long time ago to put all the evidence on a disk. So I have all the evidence, okay? I have most of it, I think. So what ended up happening was I never really got a chance to talk to my attorney. Charles was the associate. So he and I would talk back and forth. We were trying to figure out how to, it's a way you do a request for his my husband's bank records. We were going to do a bank records thing. We were going to do like do the bank records. So how to request I think it was called a bank search, so we can see his bank records. Okay, because my husband has plenty of money, and none of his money was entered in the trial. Okay, they never let me. I'm laughing, you guys, and I shouldn't be laughing, but this is, I lost a lot of money. They maligned me, but they let me show America what they do to black people. I'm a glass half full kind of person. So what ends up happening is when I'm trying to tell you the timeline from May 3rd, I never really got a chance to talk to Simon until like the week of the motion to compel. I emailed Simon, hey, Simon, what is this motion to compel thing? He emailed me, you know what? Just send her a letter saying that you never got them. Okay? This is procedural. When I say I didn't get them, to resend them, she should have requested them. She never, the motion to compel was premature. California law says if you file a motion to compel premature, the judge is supposed to sanction them. Okay? So I'm trying to tell you what happened with me and Simon. Simon is communicating to me that he's concerned. Okay? And to be very honest with you, I see he's concerned. He sees I'm not going to get a fair trial. Right? So we discussed what are my options. My options is the motion to have her removed. So he ends up reimbursing my money, less the transcripts he paid for, because this is what my plan was. My plan was file a motion to have her disqualified for racial bias. Then I was going to refile a motion for additional attorney fees because the $5,000 wasn't enough. I needed at least $20,000. $10,000 would have been fair. Okay? What ends up happening as the future goes on, I tried to file a motion for attorney fees for an additional $10,000. I think I was asking for maybe $10,000 or $20,000 more. Okay? And you guys, what I'm asking for is normal. It's not abnormal. My husband makes $170,000 between $180,000. Okay? This is a marriage of 20 years. It's a long-term marriage with over $1 million in assets. If you look on March 14th transcripts, the judge acknowledges that this divorce is going to require research, experts. And how was I going to do that for $5,000? $5,000 is 8 hours of attorney fees. I have Simon's assessment. Simon probably spent 2 hours or hour, at least hour and a half, writing everything I told him. Okay? So what ends up happening is, so I asked Simon what to do about the motion to compel. He told me to send her a letter. So I did that. Okay? And so long story short, Simon reimbursed my money. He told me to file a motion to disqualify. He told me that I can file a motion to disqualify. So when you do a file a motion to disqualify, you ask the judge. You go to the judge. You file it with the same court. Y'all, I'm about to tell y'all a story because this way it starts to get real dark. And I gotta stay focused and just tell you what happened. Okay, so it's June 21st. It's the motion to compel hearing and the vocational evaluation. You guys think I'm bad now with my concussion. I was worse back then. I was way worse because my concussion was like not even 6 months old. I wasn't sleeping. I was having a hard time going to court early in the morning because I didn't sleep. I have really bad insomnia because I have anxiety. So like I said, what ends up happening is court ends up reimbursing my money. And because I'm deciding to file a motion to disqualify Judge Sarah Heidel. And also I'm going to file a motion for additional attorney fees so I can go back to Simon or whomever and have adequate fees to defend myself in court. So it's June 21st, and It's a motion to compel, vocational evaluation, motion to compel, and the derogatories that I never received. And she also puts my same um, uh, motion to reconsider vocational evaluation. I'm trying to think how to start. So what ends up happening is I'm trying to remember because I go before her. And what she ends up doing is she ends up moving the hearing. What she does most of the time is that she has a hearing at the end of the day. And it doesn't make sense because my husband's paying for an attorney. Usually when it's an attorney there, the court will listen to the people who are represented first so that it can minimize their attorney fees. Okay? She ends up waiting to hear my case till no one's in the courtroom. Okay? My intention is to ask for a continuance because one, I don't have an attorney. I submit to her the it's called the substitution of attorney. I say to her, hey, listen, I don't have, first of all, it's multiple things. I don't have an attorney. This is what I say to her, okay? I don't have an attorney. I'm gonna call out her name, but I'm gonna stop doing that. She nasty to me, okay? I'm saying to her, just Sarah Heidel, I don't have an attorney. My attorney substituted. I think they substituted out on June 19th. Why don't you, where's the paperwork? Where's the paperwork? I have a copy of this. So, because I didn't have an attorney, she should have moved the date. She didn't. I'm a share a court case where a white man drugged his wife for 5 years in court. Okay? Where he substituted attorney, all kind of stuff. Where he was treated differently than me. Okay? So I went to court on June 21st. I had 3 reasons to move the court date. One, I wasn't represented. I had just had a substitute attorney. I think that they left on June 19th because I didn't get to talk to Simon from the time when Simon called me and told me that she ruled against me on May 3rd. We didn't have a consultation. I spoke to Charles off and on because me and Charles were trying to decide on should we use what money I had left to do a bank search of my husband's assets. But me and Simon recognized it ain't gonna matter because this lady ruled against you and ruled outside California procedure multiple times. The evidence is going to show that she's biased to you. If you want a reasonable trial, you need to have her removed. Okay? So that was my intentions. But I had to go to court. I told y'all that the transcripts have been doctored and have been falsified. When I went to court on June 21st, I say to her, Judge Sarah Heidel, I need to have this court date moved up. One, I'm having medical issues, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the medical issues. If you look at the transcripts, I keep telling her, and you know what, guys, I'm embarrassed. I'm hoping when this is over that I get to sleep and I can restore my I have like a concussion, and my doctor told me it's not healing. I went to a neurologist because I don't sleep. To heal a concussion, you have to rest. I don't sleep at all, you guys. I haven't had straight 5 hours sleep in probably 10 years. Okay? What's happening to me is making it worse. So, when I first went before her, because I want to tell you right, because I think I told her previously. See, we had the hearing for the reconsideration of vocational evaluation, and I think she may have let me go first. At any rate, I asked to move the date because one, I wasn't represented. I produced the substitution of attorney. That's the paperwork that says it's the attorney is no longer my attorney, so I'm not represented. Two, you guys, I have medical issues. December 2018, my doctor said that I shouldn't be dealing with this divorce. This is more reason for why I need an attorney. Okay? 3, I told her, this is when the court reporter looked at me sideways, nervous, because she lied for the judge. Okay? I said, these transcripts don't appear to be accurate. I also want to hire my own court reporter. She disagrees. Okay? She says we're going to have the hearing anyway. Okay? So for some reason I feel like I already told this story. But I got to tell you guys what happened. I'm going to tell you a few things about it real quickly, okay? Just a moment. So what ends up happening is I'm in court, okay? June 21st. And I realized that I'm going to have to really, I don't think I had started the website just Heidel's a racist shit. I don't think I had already started documenting what she was doing to me. But I knew to get cases in the court to show comparisons and contrasts that I was treated differently. I knew that eventually I would have to file some kind of complaint against her to show racial bias. So what happened is I went outside of the courtroom to take a picture of the docket, okay? And I went outside, I took a photo of the docket. And then when I came back in, it was this phone. Now, when I came back in, it's an iPhone, I went to cut it off. And when I went to cut it off, it flashed, okay? And I was like, oh, shit. So I went back out to the hallway to cut it off. When I went outside to the courthouse to go away to cut it off, a bailiff came outside. And he says, well, someone told us you're taking photos of in the courtroom. And I said, no, I'm not taking photos. And I had put the photo in my trash. I opened it. I said, no, I was taking photos of the docket. Okay? And this was a nice Mexican, I think he was a Mexican bailiff. I'm going to put his badge up here. I'm talking to him. I showed him. Okay? I said, can I take a picture of your badge? Because y'all, I don't know all, okay, me sharing this with you, at the time, I don't know all this was going to happen. Common sense telling me I need to start recording everything that's happening because this lady's really been lying to me. So I took a picture of the bailiff's badge. I'm going to put it up here. This bailiff was cool. He saw. I showed him. I was like, no, I came outside to get the reason why I took a picture, and I have the photos of every hearing, of the hearings she heard that day. Okay? And okay, let me not get sideways about the hearing, because in those court hearings, those other hearings, I can compare and contrast what she did in those cases compared to me. Okay? It's one case, and I probably need to reach out to this girl. I may have told you guys, it's about a white man who was married to a Mexican lady. And during the court hearing, she didn't speak English. This racist judge, Sarah Heidel, tried not to let her have an interpreter. This racist judge, Sarah Heidel, spoke highly of this white man when social services was there because there were accusations about him abusing his child. Okay? What I'm demonstrating to you, I'm saying it to you because I'm showing you how Judge Sarah Heidel is a racist. How she has a history of discriminating against non-white people. How she has a history of ruling in the favor of white males outside California family code. Okay? So, again, I went outside to take a photo. This one guy, I'm put his picture up here, his badge, he was short, nice little Mexican guy. He's like, oh, okay, he understood. He was nice. Then she sends this other bailiff. His name is Casa. Casa comes out, and I show him. I say, Casa, no, I didn't take a picture. I wasn't in here taking pictures of the court. I was trying to cut my phone off, and it accidentally flashed. I said, the picture was still in my trash. So I showed him. I already showed the shorter deputy bailiff, who was satisfied. And I said, I got a picture of Casa. So Casa saw me get a picture of the little guy's badge. He's like, you're not supposed to do that. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. What she ends up doing, she ends up swapping out deputies. She ends up making Casa the bailiff. Okay? He comes outside and talks to me. I'm thinking this guy's trying to flirt with me. He comes outside, because what ends up happening, I think we went before her, and I tried to get her to move the court date. because I didn't have representation, I wanted to hire my own court reporter, and because my medical issues, and I needed an attorney. She said she didn't care. She was going to have the hearing anyway. She swapped out bailiffs. Casa came outside. Y'all, I'm thinking this guy just is trying to hit on me and flirt with me is what I'm thinking. He was outside with me for hours, for a long time. Because I'm just estimating the time. Might not be between 100% accurate. Court starts about 10 or 11. I think she ends up hearing my case 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She makes sure everybody's gone. Casa's in the hallway trying to make me be mad at my husband. I'm so dumb, you guys. I'm stupid. I'm going to tell you what I did. I told him that I was going to file a complaint against her because she's bi-racist. I'm telling the bailiff that the judge is racist. Stupid me. I don't know. They all, you could tell I ain't used to go in no court system. They all down together. They're all together. He's in the hallway talking to me. Y'all, I'm thinking he's flirting with me. He's telling me, he's trying to make me mad at my husband. He started talking about being disloyal or betrayal. I'm like, bro, he's an alcoholic. I'm like, my husband's an alcoholic. This ain't about him. This is about her. She a racist. What I need y'all to understand, this is a community property state. It's no fault. I shouldn't even have to have an attorney. According to the law, we should have just went to court, showed our assets, and showed what we had and split it. Throughout this court, they never let me ask for anything. They never asked me what I want. They never asked me what I need. The January 2nd or January 7th, 2019 transcripts, she says, you know what you want. This is when I first got my concussion. I said, no, I don't know what I want, ma'am. I don't know what he has and what I can consider marital property. We have a mutual fund that she didn't, that was not entered on the trial. He has a insurance policy, and I think he's making his girlfriend, baby, the beneficiary of this insurance policy. I'm jumping ahead, but at this point, I don't know what I'm entitled to because she keeps sabotaging my efforts to have an attorney, right? So she sends Casa out to talk to me. Casa he's talking about, so I serve a good God. If you are not spiritual or religious, you just don't get mad at me. I'm not the spiritual religious person that's going to beat God down your throat. I serve a good God, and because I am convicted in who I love and what I know, I'm not here trying to make you do anything. I just need you to rock with black people, okay? All right? Casa and I are in the hallway. I don't know his background, but he's like a Chicano, like maybe he's Latin, I'm not sure. He's not white. His name is Casa, so I don't think he's white. But I'm saying that because a lot of Latin people are Catholic. We start talking about, I'm like, I serve a good God. So this is what always happens with this nasty witch. Remember, she sent me to Judge Slauson. She negatively characterizes me. So when they see me, they think I'm an angry black girl. But I'm a loving person. I love people, and I don't stay angry or mad. My purpose in the universe is to heal. I'm a Cancer. And my purpose is to heal. Okay, that's my purpose in life. So me and Casa in the hallway, he's starting to see that I'm a good person. Like, he think I'm mad at my husband. What makes me mad? Well, I know what he does. After the fact, I know what this is about. But he keeps trying to make me mad at my husband. I made peace with this man. This man's an alcoholic. He is a full-on drunk, fall-down alcoholic. Okay? And if you guys know alcoholism, you can't argue with alcoholics. You can't have this argument with alcoholics. Is there alcohol? Is there alcoholics? It is a disease. They don't reason. Okay? We've been married for over 20 years. He was an alcoholic when I met him at 21. This man been alcoholic for over 20 years. His brain cells are gone. He's aggressive. He's angry. There's nothing I can do about him. Casa's trying to make me mad at him. I'm sitting here saying, talking junk. I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking junk. I'm like, no, Judge Sarah Heidel is a racist. I'm going to tell the news. I'm going to tell on her. donkey here tells her everything. My dumb ass didn't recognize what she was doing. Okay? I gotta take a break. I'm gonna come back later. And I'm gonna write down what I need to say to y'all because I know that these videos are getting too long. But I gotta tell you about the June 21st court hearing, what she did, okay, you guys? Okay, you guys. I'm gonna say this to you really quickly. Well, it's not gonna be really quick. Just give me my time and let me explain to you, okay? It's June 21st. I'm going to put up here and show you. Remember I told you I took a picture of the docket? Well, I took a photo of the docket. And I took a photo of the docket because I was going to go home and try to find marriages similar to mine. And to demonstrate that she didn't treat me right. She didn't treat me fair. And I shouldn't have had to do that. I should have just had an attorney. An attorney would have... attorney would have known what I was supposed to get. An attorney would have known what was fair and usual. Okay? I was trying to do the best that I can. So where I'm at in the story, I'm telling you. And what ends up happening is I'm talking to the bailiff and I'm saying that this lady's racist and because my husband's white. So another white guy overhears me. His name is Sean Moore. He's looking guilty. I see that it made me pay attention to him. Okay? All right? And what ends up happening is Judge Sarah Heidel, during this case, it started making me pay attention to the case. Okay? This is what I was doing. I went outside and took photos of the docket, and I was taking notes of everything she did. I was taking notes of what she did with other litigants who had similar cases than me, because it was my goal to have her removed. My initial goal was to have her removed for racial bias and disqualification and for misconduct. When I did that, you guys, all she should have did was just accepted it. She should have just passed me to someone else and let it go. But no, just like with George Floyd, when everybody kept saying, "Take your foot off his neck, take your foot off his neck," and it was and that racist was being defiant, she was being defiant with me. It is June 21st, 2019. This lady was named a judge March 2018. She wasn't a judge for a year, and she was brazen enough to malign me. I told y'all, go to Judge Sarah Heidel on the Robin Room. I'll attach it below. She's brazen. And ultimately what I'm going to stop telling y'all why I'm doing this. But I want y'all to not to look at this case and say, "Oh, this is a black woman complaining about her divorce." No, I want to change the law. It has to be, in order for there might be something on the books already where judges were found guilty of discriminating against a person because they're black. But you guys, I'm being maligned and I'm being hurt, but I see the benefit of it. This is a clear case. I keep saying to you, people who are critical thinkers who understand the law and understand the way the law works in America, they get it. This is the best case. I'm in a community property state, everything is half. It's no fault, we can't say he did something, I did something, where you try to prove someone did anything bad. It's black and white. You get a divorce. Everything's equity. Okay? I'm showing you everything they did to me. And she doesn't know me from Adam. He filed in Pomona Court miles from our home because he works in the court system. And I told y'all in the previous video, Pomona has a history for racial discrimination. He filed in Pomona on purpose. Okay? So right now I'm going to go ahead and link in the docket so you could see this case. In this case, I don't know if I told y'all, because this is all public record, okay? You can go and request the transcripts or the minutes for these people's case. What made me start paying attention to them, when I was talking to the bailiff outside, when she sent the Casa outside to talk to me, and I was like talking to y'all can see I'm talking to her. I was like, I'm getting that lady. I'm telling on that lady. Matter of fact, Michaela Pereira, in case you paying attention, you listen, and I told last year that I was going to email you and tell you to help me, but of course, you don't care about black people. You don't love black people like I love black people. It is what it is. Everybody can't be a center for black people, okay? Not everybody got the strength to stand up for black people. Not everybody willing to put their life on the line and their job on the line for black people. So it's a lot of noble people. The two people that Kyle Rittenhouse murdered put their life on the line for us. So, again, I may not know if I said this before, but what happened with this one girl's case is that she didn't speak English. There was a social service person there. Judge Sarah Heidel tried to circumvent the translator because she didn't care about this Mexican lady getting justice. Judge Sarah Heidel said positive things about the white male. When social services is there it is an investigation about him abusing his child. I told y'all, somebody emailed me, girl, where you at? You know who I'm talking to, girlfriend. I've been calling you. A girl emailed me on Judge Sarah Heidel's racist and told me how she belongs to a battered women's group, and said how white judges give kids back to white men who admit to sexually abusing their children. I'm going to stop and I'm going to put this in here and let y'all see this right quick, okay? And I'm going to finish telling y'all what happened. So I'm referring to the last case on the docket, the Moore case. And I want you to know this is a Latin lady. She didn't speak English. I actually hugged her. Something in my heart told me to hug her. I sat next to her and I hugged her. See, God is good. I serve a good God and everything happens in divine order. I had no reason to hug this lady or bond with this lady. When I went to court, there was no reason for me to pay attention. She sent the bailiff out there to talk to me. This white boy heard me over her saying that they were that Judge Sarah Heidel was maligning me because my husband's white. Then the little white guy, he was just looking good, just like my husband, looking pitiful. He looked at he looked at me. When he looked at me, it made me pay attention to him in court. You look at the docket, see his wife don't have an attorney either. Okay? The white man has an attorney. The Latin lady don't have an attorney. You see the child has an attorney. It's the child, it's an attorney for the child because there's allegations of abuse. Judge Sarah Heidel says positive, glowing things about this white man. Sarah Heidel tries to prevent the woman from having a translator. The court reporter lies and doesn't tell the truth. So if you guys ask for the transcripts and they seem to be wrong or whatever, it's okay because the minor attorney was there. The attorney for the minor is DCSF, probably Department of Social Services. Okay, and so this is a Mexican lady, and so this is about white male privilege. All this happened because I'm black. So let me go ahead and finish telling you about where we are. So, because I'm telling you all this story because what I'm trying to show you is how this lady maligned me. So, what ends up happening is Costa's outside talking to me for hours. She holds off on having my hearing because she doesn't want anybody in the courtroom. Okay? She makes my court case last. This is what they always do. In my trial, I was last. They always isolate me so no one's there to show that they're maligning me. Okay? So, me and Costa's outside talking. And what ends up happening is Just Awasaki is the only one that paid attention to them and listened to them. Anybody else, when she sat there and sent me to Judge Slauson, everybody sees. I mean, you guys know I'm silly and I'm opinionated, but I'm a good person. I have a good heart, and I'm reasonable. I'm reasonable. Okay, part of what I was doing when this guy, me and him fell out, was trying to build a business with women. And you know, if you get to know me, you can go on my blog and you see it'll tell you my personality. I coach women on how to get along with men, how not to emasculate their man, how to get along with women and men. Because I being in this marriage, I've worked really hard to make my marriage work. There's a book I read, Beyond Men Are from Mars, Women Are from Venus. So I learned to look at myself and how to be accountable for me. And reason why I'm saying this is that this is who I am. I'm having a hard time, and life is kind of complicated, and I realize it's a snapshot in my entire life. It's only a moment. It will pass. But this makes me who I am. And I'm a better person because of this. It'll allow me to look back and look at who I am and analyze my choices and who I am and how I can be better. And the reason why I'm saying that is that this is how I show up always. When Casa was talking to me in the hallway, he kept trying to make me mad at my husband. He even said something about betrayal. Okay, maybe he knew he was sleeping with his lawyer. I don't know why he said that. Maybe he knew that. Because he kept talking about him betraying me. I was like, what? How does he know about my marriage? I'm talking to Casa. And I always, I serve a good God. So I turn to God. In a lot of my conversations, I said, I serve a good God. God got me, right? So by this time, Casa knows I didn't do anything. And I'm telling you this because this is what happens. Before we go back to the courtroom, when it's time to go in, he asked me for my phone. So I'm gonna give you my phone. Remember they thought I was taking pictures in the courtroom? Me and him, he's bonded with me in the hallway for a good hour, y'all, okay? So I give him my phone, I ain't thinking nothing. Why do I go in here and this racist judge, Sarah Heidel, says you've been out here causing conflict. The bailiff had to take your phone from you. I was like, what? So you guys, her clerk name is Dina. If this gets investigated, which I'm praying that it will, Dina, you was there and you heard everything. You know everything that happened, Dina. Okay? So do you, Casa. So, we're having a trial, okay? So, again, it's motion to compel. They're trying to, and the reason why they're trying to motion to compel, because they want to sanction me. What they're trying to do is they're trying to scare me and whip me into submission so I don't, just like Sandra Bland spoke out about being discriminated against and being wrongly treated. They were trying to beat me into submission. They're trying to scare me by doing things to me, by trying to take my money from me. Okay, this is what they did. His attorney filed a motion to compel. Again, I'm saying to you repeatedly, because what I'm showing you is that none of this was within the guidelines of California law. If she was going to file a motion to compel, she had to do, because I didn't say it right last time, she had to make her best effort. Am I saying it right? The law says you have to do, how do you say this? She's supposed to make an effort to meet and confer. Before you file a motion to compel, you need to make your best effort. What the court wants you to do is fix stuff outside of the court. When it's in the court, it's costing taxpayers money. The way the court is organized, they want people to resolve issues outside the court. Whatever can be remedied outside the court, they can. So they have rules and guidelines. Before you file a motion to compel, so people won't be prematurely filing motions to compel, you have to make a best effort. I'm not saying it's a way you're supposed to say that. A best effort to try to resolve it. She sent me a letter for the motion to compel vocational evaluation. I'm going to explain to you the difference. So she combined them because she wants to confuse them, okay? She wants to confuse them because when you go back and you look at them, you have to look at the law. And when you look at the motion to compel, motion to compel vocational evaluation, motion to compel interrogatories discovery, you have to look at each case individually. They combined them on purpose, okay? They tried to confuse them. When you talk to me and you listen to me, I get lost. I'm clearly suffering, okay? I'm clearly having some problems, right? This is their intention to confuse me. When you look at the video of when they broke in my house, when I asked the question about the paperwork, he says to me, "Oh, I know you're upset." This is called gaslighting, okay? What the devil does is the devil takes the truth and the lie and they confuse it, okay? White people have perception of black people, okay? And this is hard for me to say because this is who I've been my entire life. By the grace of God, things come easy to me, okay? When I went to school, I understood and learned concepts easily. My husband is not very bright. He works really hard, but he's not very bright. I can explain things to him, okay? This is really hard for me to say this, okay? Because I'm embarrassed by it and it's appalling. They think black people are dumb, okay? This has been my entire life. When they first meet me, they presume something. When I start talking to people, and this is something I've noticed my whole life, I see in their eyes and their face, and their eyes turn, their facial expression turns. Because what comes to them is, this is a smart black girl. And black people, I don't want to insinuate, I don't want to offend anybody. Okay? They think we're dumb, they think we're stupid. They don't think that we're rational or we're smart. Some of them do. I worked in corporate America, and I worked with a corporate man who always employed black women in sales because they know how aggressive and how relentless we are. Okay? On the surface, they want to think we're dumb. Okay? So I'm saying that to you because they kept trying to do these things to me. Even with the spousal support, I had wrote down everything that to say. His attorney, this is when you're noticing, she got annoyed when I started reading what I had to say. In the courtroom, okay, so let me tell you about CASA. So we go in the courtroom. He did take my phone. He asked me for it. He said, just give me the phone just to make sure so there won't be no questions. CASA, if you're watching, I'm going to tell you what he did, okay? So for whatever reason, Judge Sarah Heidel left the room or whatever. I looked at him. I said, you set me up. And you should have seen how the way he looked at me. See, I want to say this properly because first, we're having a court hearing. His attorney is trying to malign me, okay? I want, I'm so sorry because I'm getting out of context because I want to show you. This is June 21st court case, and I want to explain to you in context. It's coming to me as I say it, and I should have written down, but I have a better chance of winging it. If I sit here and think about it, it hurts my heart, so it's better for me just to wing it, okay? So she lets me do the motion to reconsider first, okay? The vocational evaluation. I'm going to talk about that in a second. In the beginning, I told her that I needed to move the case. She wouldn't let me move the case. The motion to compel, she has to try to meet and confirm. She never attempted to. The court says if you file a premature motion to compel, the court should sanction the person that filed the motion to compel. I'm saying it all to you guys because the judge should have sanctioned her for prematurely filing a motion to compel. But this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to malign me. I want to say this to you when I talked about my ability to reason and think. What Costa said to me, I don't remember what part of it in it. I think he may have said it afterwards because I was pissed at him. I said, you set me up. And he stood there, he looked so pitiful. Then I think I left or something. I came back. This time he gave my phone back after the we had a recess or whatever. It went on for a while. Okay. He gave my phone back. I left my phone in the car. It's the second time, so he wouldn't ask me for it. Okay. When I said you set me up, Judge Sarah Heidel's not in the courtroom. Dina, the clerk, you was in the courtroom and you heard him say this to me. After I sat there and I thought about it, first he said to me, he says, "You went to college, huh?" Because I'm defending myself. And he's surprised that I'm able to defend myself. His attorney won because the judge was in her favor, but she wasn't supposed to. I made my case. I did what's called, I forgot what the request is called. I asked to question the witness, my husband and his attorney. The judge refused it. I don't know the legal implications of that, but in any case, any lawsuit, like with Judge Lawson and the other case with Judge Lawson let me question him. This is why I think she left. You submit a document of witnesses, okay? I wanted to question my husband and his attorney because I was going to show that they were lying. In the case of the motion to compel interrogatories, I was going to question her about, if you mail me interrogatories, allow me to talk to you. Let me ask you questions. The judge wouldn't let me answer it. In my request, I asked to question my husband. I was going to question my husband regarding his, it's called FL-150. That's his income. He lied about everything. He lied and said he paid $20-something, $200. He was just lying, okay? This is the judge trying to malign me and frame it. When you say frame something, like you frame someone, that comes from the word of how you lay something out. When they say I got framed, mean they told this made up story for you. That comes from the saying or the slogan or the phrase framing. How you frame something is how you put it in perspective. Judge Sarah Heidel kept trying to not properly frame what I was saying. Like I would say something, she would respond and change what I was said. This is what racist judges do. Okay? I'm not a dumb black girl. Wrong black girl, Judge Sarah Heidel. So what she does, I'm telling her why I want to question my husband. I want to demonstrate that he lied on the 150 form. She goes, that has nothing to do with this. Judge Sarah Heidel, this is what racist devils do. They gaslight you and try to change it. Yes, Judge Sarah Heidel, I could have went to law school and I could have been a lawyer too. I can think the same way. But that was not my purpose. Okay? So she tries to say me questioning him about the 150 is not relevant. Yes, it is. I am demonstrating to you that he's a liar. I'm demonstrating to you that they're in cahoots together and they're lying. It is November 27th. I filed the ex parte notice to Judge Sarah Heidel on November the 9th about getting back in my home. In that ex parte, I disclosed and showed everything. They've been hacking my email. Oh, dummy, my husband, when he gets drunk and he gets arrogant, he admits to me, what happened really quickly, y'all, I was having a fling with somebody. Okay? Like I kind of got some, and it lost my mind. Okay? He knew details about this guy. Because he'd been reading my emails. He went ahead and told me that his lawyer knows how to hack my emails. They've been hacking both my emails. I called the security specialist. He showed me how to figure it out. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. In the trial, this stupid lawyer of his submitted my Social Security report. And Social Security is already investigating it. She went in, used my email address to open up an online Social Security account so they can print out my Social Security. And this is how dumb she is. I don't have no income. I had jobs in 2008. Dumb lady. What she ended up doing is demonstrating to the court that he's been the primary breadwinner for the past 10 years. And then she also demonstrated to the court that they've been hacking my email. God, it's good, y'all. I got this. Okay? So telling you this on June 21st, and I'm showing to you, you guys, how Judge Sarah Heidel did not rule within the guidelines of the law. First of all, she should have gave me a continuance because I have said repeatedly, you go into the transcripts on Judge Sarah Heidel's a racist. She continuously questions me about my medical record history. I have submitted my records. You guys are following along. You guys see me, and y'all see that I get lost. During the conversation, during my defense, I forgot what I was saying right mid-sentence. And she was leaning in her chair. She saw me. She looked. What I'm saying to you guys is that it's not that she doesn't, if she's being suspicious of me or because she is purposely maligning me. When I was talking, I lost, because what happens is I get lost because of concussion. And right in mid-sentence, I'll forget what I'm saying. She saw it. I saw it on her face, but she saw me do this. Okay? So I'm sharing this with you because I'm trying to show you guys that this judge is purposely maligning me. The question was, did my opposing mail to me a request for interrogatories? We shouldn't have even had a hearing. Okay? I told y'all, my lawyer, and I had the email conversation, my lawyer told me to email her and tell her to send me the to resend them to me. She didn't. Okay? Judge Sarah Heidel should have sanctioned her for bringing that to court. Okay? This is the motion. This is about the interrogatories, and I hope you guys are following along. I talked to you. Interrogatory is a discovery request. Is when you ask a person a couple of questions, open questions. I never got them. I said to you on previous videos to demonstrate that I never got them, and I demonstrated to you in all the different ways where if this was something that actually occurred, a normal or usual person would have reached out or tried to reach out to me. Okay? She never did. And my husband's at my daughter's graduation, my husband never said anything about them. He did ask me about the vocational evaluation. I'm going to talk to you guys about the vocational evaluation real quick, okay? So, we're going CASA. So I told you about CASA. So I told you at the beginning of the trial, she said, you've been, because she tried to frame me as a mad black woman. This is what they frame people, y'all. This is what they frame us, okay? But the truth don't change. You just have to fight for the truth. CASA was embarrassed because what's happening is, remember, they switched bailiffs. The first bailiff, I showed y'all his badge. During the case, I felt people's energy. He stood around for a while. He was a good Mexican bailiff with integrity. When I showed him that I was taking a picture of the docket and I put it in my trash, he didn't trip. She sent CASA out to handle me. The little guy, he kind of stood around for a while, but I saw that he was uncomfortable. He was wondering why they swapped out bailiffs. Her bailiff name is Hill. It's a heavyset black dude, okay, normally. And me and Hill, I ain't gonna say that, bro. But you know what it is, bro. I ain't saying nothing. Okay? I told y'all, she sit there malign me from this black man all the time. And what are you gonna do? It's his job, right? So the little bailiff, I could tell he was annoyed. Like, why he wanted to know why she swapped us out. When he went out he caught me outside in the hallway. They said you're taking photos. When I showed him and I pulled it out my trash what I was doing, and I let him look at my phone, he knew I was telling him the truth. She swapped out CASA because Judge Sarah Heidel couldn't control this little Mexican guy. Okay? I don't remember where in the trial what was happening, but she wasn't in the courtroom. I came back because I said, you set me up when he took my phone from me. That was them trying to prove that I'm difficult. But they try to make me a difficult person. What they trying to do is frame me as a difficult person. Y'all, I ain't did shit. I ain't done nothing but try to have a fair trial. I told you, Costa said to me, hey, you went to college, huh? I said, yeah. You know, because in the case, I'm defending myself adequately. The truth of the matter, you guys, I should have won my case. Costa see what's happening, okay? When I said she set you up, he kind of looked down. Dina, the clerk is past cheating everything. It's a white woman who saw everything. She knew everything that happened. Okay? Casa no. Casa feeling guilty. Okay? Moving forward. Okay? The motion to compel vocational evaluation. I'm gonna say this really quickly, and then I'm gonna stop. I really need to finish, but I got things I've got to do. Shit, I gotta move on, you guys, and I'm so sorry. It's so much more I gotta tell you. I want to tell you about this. I gotta finish telling you guys about June 21st. She ruled against me. Okay. The vocational evaluation. So, like I said, his lawyer filed a motion to compel. That means the court compels you to do something. With the vocational evaluation, I'm going to tell you really quickly. I'm going to stop and I'm going to get the vocational evaluation, the law, and I'm going to read it to you, okay? Okay, motion to compel vocational evaluation. So the vocational evaluation is to where they test me and try to determine on what I can earn. And you guys, it's a racket. What ends up happening is attorneys work with these vocational evaluations. They probably give them a kickback. The judge always usually says you make between $35,000 and $40,000. An attorney already told me that. I told my husband, why you pay? He paid $5,000 for it, and they made me pay. They billed me for it. Okay, you guys. Judge Bruce Owaski screwed me. Everything he did was illegal. Then he threatened to take my $10,000 from me and give it to my husband for appeals because he knew everything that they did was appealable. Okay? So, the vocational evaluation. On the March 14th transcripts, when they asked for the vocational evaluation, you guys, I never declined taking the vocational evaluation. I always wanted an attorney. With this girl, this little sleazy girl, I would have dealt with her on my own to begin with. I wouldn't even have gotten an attorney. Actually, didn't feel like I needed one. Like, it wasn't that severe. It became severe or more apparent to me because she kept doing sleazy things. She would do stuff and I would research and I would see she did it outside the rules of the law. The interrogatories was when I knew that this chick is this unethical. Okay? So, the vocational evaluation during March 14th, I say to her, I'm not opposed to it, but ma'am, I would like to have an attorney before we have this hearing. Okay? California Family Code 2030 says, because what a lot of lawyers keep saying in civil cases, the law doesn't say you have to have an attorney. California Family Code 2030 says if there's a disparagement in the divorce, if one party is able to pay for the other one, if I have a zero income and he makes $170,000, he's supposed to pay for my attorney. There was a motion for attorney fees on the books. What she should have done, in January I told her, she should have moved everything until I was represented. Okay? She gave me $5,000 the same day she supposedly ordered the vocational evaluation. So let me tell you about March 14th vocational evaluation. Remember, I have a concussion. If we're having a conversation and we're talking, I will ask you to repeat it, okay? My mind doesn't always transmit everything. Like I can't even say, like, see how the words are not coming to me? It's because I got rear-ended and I got a concussion. Someone rear-ended me back in December 2018. This what made me file for spousal support. For the first, even now I have a really bad headache as I talk. When it first happened, I felt like my head was in water. For maybe 8 months, I couldn't hear. You know how your head's in water? You got water in your ear? I couldn't hear. I couldn't think. If you look at the transcripts, I keep saying to her, I have concussion. January 2019, she makes a comment to me, like, ma'am, you sure look weird. You're acting strange. You see how I'm delayed and I forget and I have to find stuff? It's because I have a concussion. She thought I was dumb. She may have thought I was on drugs. I don't know. When she said that, I don't know what she said in January. I knew she said something negative by the bailiff's behavior. Then I went back and read it. Okay? So, March 14th vocational evaluation, she ordered his favor. I knew that. But she told him to do something, to have something. I didn't hear everything. Okay? So, this is what happened for the vocational evaluation. I probably already told you guys this, but this relates to the motion to compel. She did a motion to compel, and again, when you do a motion to compel, it changes your rights in regard to what the order is. It's insinuating that I am defiant and I'm not complying. This is what they keep trying to say, that I'm not complying. They keep trying to make me a difficult black person, but I'm not a difficult black person. I'm a black person that's going to stand for my rights. So really quickly, I'm going to tell you about this vocational evaluation. So this is California Family Code 4331. And I talked to you briefly, going back and forth. I talked to you really briefly about my back injury, or maybe I did not. The reason why I wanted an attorney before I agreed to the vocational evaluation, I slipped and fell and I hurt my back during work. Okay, this is back in 2008. It was a work. I did it while I was working for, I think, Wells Fargo. I was in this abusive relationship with my husband, so I was sad and depressed anyway. I was dealing with some shit anyway with my husband, okay? He was an abusive alcoholic. They ordered that I do a evaluation. My employer ordered that I have an evaluation. At the time, I didn't know whoever pays for the evaluation, generally, the medical examiner, evaluator, writes a report in favor of who paid for it. Okay? What I said to her on March 14th is that, first of all, I don't know who this person is that she's asking to do an evaluation for. If I'm going to do an evaluation, I would prefer us agree together. And what I was adamant about is I don't have no lawyer. As I talk about this, I don't know what the law says in terms of who's allowed to do the evaluation. On March 14th, I say to her, ma'am, I'm not opposed that we can do it, but can we make sure I get a lawyer first? She ignores me. My motion to reconsider was based on this. Okay? First of all, again, even Bruce Awasaki asked about, because Bruce made me pay for this evaluation. Bruce made me pay for this vocational evaluation. And on the trial, okay? Even during the trial, he asked for the findings in order after the hearing. He asked for them. I don't know what happened because I left because I had anxiety, I had a panic attack, and I left. In the order that I read, Bruce is making me pay for the vocational evaluation. She lies in court and says the judge said that I needed to pay for it. Judge Sarah Heidel didn't say that. During her request for the vocational evaluation, she asked that I pay. I remember Judge Sarah Heidel's face. Her face is smirking because she knows she can't make me pay. She's looking at her and she knows this bitch is maligning me. Instead of being like Judge Slauson would just tell me the law. John Slauson would just tell me. Judge Sarah Heidel know this girl is doing the same thing she's not supposed to. And I could tell the way she's looking at her. I didn't know at the time. This is me, like, I don't remember verbatim what was said, but what you remember is how people made you feel and their expression, okay? So, I know that she ordered in her favor, but she said pending something, okay? So, what I was waiting for was for the findings in order after the hearing to look at it so I could respond and do my motion to reconsider. The motion to reconsider was based on, I'm going to tell you guys about the vocational evaluation. My main strategy, I needed an attorney. I didn't know what they can do, what they couldn't do. Okay? March 14th, Judge Sarah Heidel, and see, to this day, the reason why I'm hesitant, because I don't think it was ever actual order. okay? Because there was never any hearings, findings in order after the hearing. That's part of California procedure. But I'm going to tell you why I filed a motion to reconsider on the Family Code 4331. Really quickly, I'm going to read this to you. In the proceedings for a dissolution of marriage of legal separation of the parties, the court may order a party to submit to an examination by a vocational training counselor. The examination shall include an assessment of the party's ability to obtain employment based upon the party's age, health, education, marketability skills, employment history, and the current availability of employment opportunities. The focus of the examination shall be on an assessment of the party's ability to obtain employment that would allow the party to maintain herself or himself at a marital standard of living. B. The order made only on motion for good cause and notice to the party to be examined and to all parties. The order shall specify time, place, manner, scope of the examination, and the person by whom it is being made. Okay, my motion to reconsider, I don't ever think it was an order because I was never mailed an actual order. For it to be a final order, for it to be entered into evidence, into an actual order, and attorneys, if you're going to help me like with this, like an attorneys, you guys, you can go back and look at this. I don't think it was ever an actual order. On June 21st, she compelled me. Remember I told you this too. She found in favor a motion to compel both. She sanctioned me. She didn't identify which one. She didn't identify which $1,500. She sanctioned me $1,500. She didn't identify which one because I need to know which one so I can fight it and I can respond to it, right? They both were illegal and improper. That's why she didn't identify them, okay? On my reconsideration, I say the order shall, this is what the law says, you guys. And if you don't understand, and black people, it's time that you got to understand what the law and about the law, okay? You got to understand what they're doing to us and how they're getting away with it. They're doing this and they're getting away with this because we don't understand stuff, okay? This California Family Code says it must specify the time, place, condition, scope of the examination. The order, I never actually saw the order, okay? I ended up filing a motion to compel after I waited. I waited for her because the motion to reconsider. I was filing a motion to reconsider March 14th date for two purposes: to get by this time I'll have an attorney to counsel me on it, and because it wasn't done properly. According to the California Code 43331, California Family Code 43331, when the law says this, it has to be this. It didn't have a time, a date. What the main thing that was a problem for me was the scope of the exam. In the order, it should have identified the scope. The scope means what am I to expect, okay? And the reason why I want to know that, with my back injury, I went to their examiner and I didn't know that they were going to do it in the favor of my employer. This is why I was leery in the beginning. In the beginning, I said, you know what, ma'am, I don't mind doing a vocational evaluation. I just want to have an attorney. And my workers' comp, initially I didn't have a lawyer. I was at home dealing with an abusive relationship. I couldn't, this is back when I hurt my back. Being in this abusive relationship with this man was very detrimental to me, period. It impeded on my whole life. Okay, you guys? All right? So the vocational evaluation, again, she ordered that she compelled me to submit to it, and she sanctioned me. Okay? But again, we don't know what she sanctioned me for. When she ordered it, I knew, remember I had a problem understanding, I didn't hear everything. What she asked for is the evidence rule. She asked for his opposing attorney to submit the vocational evaluations credentials. I never got the vocational evaluations credentials. I think it's called Section 720 of the Evidence Rule. It talks about, okay, so again, it's a lot. Stay with me, please, guys. You've got to take your time and listen to this in piecemeal. Stay with me. She ordered that against me on the motion to compel. She didn't do it legally because to this day, I don't think there was actually a technical order. Bruce Awasaki asked her about the motion to compel. See, they passed me around. Bruce didn't know. In Bruce Awaski's defense, they only picked him because of his background. This began with Judge Sarah Heidel, a racist white woman, maligned me because I went to court with a white man. When I filed the motion to have her removed, she passed me to Judge Lawrence Riff. I haven't got to that part yet, but I'm going to get to that. Right now, I'm talking about June 21st. I'm going to tell you what he did to me because she passed me to him. I filed the motion to have her removed. I'm going to tell you what they did. They evaded me having her removed. Then Judge Lawrence Riff, I'm going to tell you what he did. Okay? I'm going to tell you about that. Then they passed me to Bruce Awaski. Bruce didn't know what was happening. Mr. Judge Awaski, I know they used you. But Judge Awaski, you had a choice. You're the judge. God granted you the ability to do this and to help others, to be authority, to have the authority in people's lives. He was nasty to me the whole time. He wouldn't let me speak. He asked her about the vocational evaluation findings and order after the hearing. He asked her about it. She didn't respond because she never submitted them. And what I'm trying to explain to you is I did file a motion to reconsider. She's trying to say it was late, but it wasn't late because I never got the findings in order after the hearing. The hearing is called findings in order after the hearing. You have 10 days after the findings in order after the hearing to do a motion to reconsider. Okay? In any order, you guys, when the judge makes the order, the opposing or the court sends it to you, you have to agree to everything and then you respond to it. Okay? She never sent it to me. She never sent it to me because I think the judge asked her for the credentials of the evaluator, and I don't think he had proper credentials. Okay? Anyway, he used this vocational evaluation in the hearing. One of the reasons why I got anxiety and left, I said to Judge Awasaki, how are you going to use this evaluation? In order for you to use the evaluation, I need to be able to cross-examine the person that submitted it. Understand the law, you guys. You know, I'm talking to black people. You mad about America? Don't hate America. Be part of America. Make change. It's some sins. What is it called? The sin of America? Slavery? The original sin? Yeah, they did us messed up, you guys. Yes, they've been violating us. But as a people, we have to take accountability and ownership for who we are. Like I said, when they say something rude about Jewish people, those people lose their jobs. Their whole life get ruined. Okay? The law says, if you submit evidence in a case, I have the ability to cross-examine it. Judge Awaski spoke about this evaluation, and I said, well, I need to cross-examine it. He ignored me. This is one of the things that he did that gave me anxiety why I left, because I knew he was trying to malign me. In the order, in my divorce order, he references this vocational evaluation. This vocational evaluation, if the vocational evaluation, first of all, it was never legally into order. It was never a legal order, according to California court procedure. Secondly, if you're, the evaluator's credentials was never verified. I never had an opportunity to question the evaluator's ability to make any kind of assessment or evaluation. Third, they didn't let me cross-examine her. Okay, so I hope you're following along with the vocational evaluation. You guys, I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna put in something written like telling you where we are, so you can God forgive me, so you can recognize where we are. Okay, I'm so sorry. You guys, please don't leave me. I know you'd be like, I can't take this no more. Y'all gotta stick with me. It's so hard. This is why they're reminding me. This is why, like Elijah McClain, he not getting justice because his mama can't take it. His mama can't deal with this. 3 racist sheriff went and saw her son walking down the street, harassed him, strangled him, and injected him with freaking ketamine. She's supposed to be fighting for her son's justice. She can't. When she thinks, her heart races. She gets sick. Her throat probably closes up. If she reads anything about the case, she probably can't sleep for days. This is what they do to us. I'm going to say to you, I need you to hold my hand. Have my back. I got this. I promise you I got this. Tell your friends to pull up.